What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to play Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, Part 24. Here we are in the Epilogue chapter, and I'll go ahead and start it. And so this one is actually the one where you can get over the 35% score needed to beat to get the trophy that's tied to playing this level. The one reason why you couldn't before is because it counts your lives, and that life box right there is not in the first time you play it back in Chapter 4. So you have to wait until... I don't believe it's even possible to do. You have to wait until now, or this run-through of the game, to be able to do it again. Be careful or I'll get caught up on the fence posts. If you die, obviously you'll lose a life, and you won't be able to complete it, so you have to be very careful in not dying. I'm being a little bit overly cautious. I believe Wumpa Fruit score also counts. As long as you get most of it, you'll be okay. You don't have to get every single Wumpa Fruit, but you need to get most of it. I would definitely say roughly 80% of it. So you obviously you can count the amount of Wumpa Fruit that there is, and just say, okay, well, I need to get 80% of it. Because you can see you can get a Wumpa Fruit bonus. Not a whole lot, but it definitely adds up. It helps you get past the 35,000 or the 3,500 mark, and the trophy would pop. I've already gotten the trophy, so obviously it's not going to do anything now. And if you didn't get it, then you can replay this as many times as you need to. So that's good.
Where are they?
Okay, so now you can see that's kind of the like epilogue. So we'll go ahead and I'll look at everything.
Old school.
So that's the obviously the old jeweled case, Crash Bandicoot box. You can't flip it over. You can just kind of like look at it and you can read it. It says Crash Bandicoot on it. And then you can see the one there, Brickstone. I'm not sure if that one's an actual game or not. It might not be. We'll walk around and just look at everything just like we did in Chapter 4.
So good.
I try to figure out the Nameless City. This might not actually be a real book. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I actually didn't realize you could zoom in. Would have zoomed in on that
I really should clean this up.
on that crash box, but I'm not going to do it now.
Later.
And you can see that poster there, The Last of Us. That is a Easter egg to the game The Last of Us, and also you can see that poster right there, Savage Starlight 2. There was a comic book series in The Last of Us called Savage Starlight, and that was some that was the collectibles in that game where you had to go through and collect every single comic book, and that's another Easter egg to it there. So you can kind of look here in the bathroom, nothing really to see. She can kind of look at herself in the mirror, kind of like Nate does in the
Mom? Dad? Anyone?
like Nate did in Chapter 4. And I'll take a look in here. I don't believe I can go out that door, so actually, well, no, yeah, okay. I didn't realize this was the kitchen. I thought this was, or no, actually, that's not the kitchen. That would be the living room. That would probably be the kitchen. Figure out where that dog is to make it stop barking. There it is, okay. I guess that's the kind of like Sam and some of the others, kind of calling you away to tell you where to go. guess she'll just keep, she'll just keep doing the same thing over and over, so there's no reason to play it, or, to hit it but once. I'm afraid, hopefully this, I didn't get a copyright strike on Chapter 4, so...
Let's see what you got.
Hopefully this won't give me a copyright strike. I hate doing that kind of stuff.
Weird taste in music.
I
kinda like this one.
hate doing that stuff. I probably should go ahead and take it off, but it'll dim, oh well. I'm sure it won't really hurt anything if I keep it running. And
I think they abandoned us.
The farther away you get, obviously you won't be able to hear it as well. And so I assume this is their bathroom. Again, nothing really to see. Kind of look at the bathtub, the toilets, their bedroom. There's actually a photo album here that I wanted to look at.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
So these are the pictures that we saw, or that you looked at, Nate. And so this is her baby photos.
Sorry, Sully.
And then more photos of her as she's growing older with the dog.
Wow, Sam looks so young.
See, Elena and their daughter, and her daughter on the camel, obviously in the Middle East. And then Sam, didn't mean to move the picture, and then you can see her again, and her on a boat. Again, on the left picture has her with the dog, and then her on the boat, and that's it. You can kind of go back and look at the other ones, just kind of look at Sam again, but we don't need to do that. So that's one thing that I wanted to look at, but that's it here. So we'll have to keep looking. And then that's her room. And we'll go ahead and do this with the dog here. You have to get, there we go.
Alright. But just this one.
And it'll sit there. I think you can walk away, but it wants another one, so you can give it another one.
Alright. But this is the last one for today. Okay?
I believe that's it. I don't believe you can give it. Yeah, it'll kind of look at him, but you can't give the dog anymore. And you can see there sailing supplies, scuba gear, lunch, underwater camera, fishing poles. Yeah, there's nothing you can't give the dog anymore. Treats. So we'll keep going. And you can look at the refrigerator. Actually, I think you can look inside the refrigerator.
Here we go.
Thought you could get a little closer look at the notes, but I don't believe you can actually get close enough to them, so I'll just try to pan the camera around and do as best I can. Okay, so we'll start on the top left there. Train Vicky to stop jumping on our beds. I guess it's fine, calm down. Or it's not sure what the heart's supposed to mean. But then you can, I assume, this is probably Nate and Elena talking, and then it's dog hair all over my pillow, and then there's a little picture of the dog sitting on the pillow. And then we'll start a little bit farther to the right. Order new dive tanks and new surfboard. Didn't we just buy you one? If by just you mean 2 years ago. I guess that's the girl. So maybe the girl, not sure. Okay, I guess hers is like purple, and then maybe Elena's is the redder, pinker color there. Call producer back about Antarctica episode. There on the far right. I get to come right if you clean your room. And then she'll say, we'll talk about it. And then you can see Elena says it, buy India tickets. Then the girl says yes. Her name is actually Cassie. I don't believe it's said that yet. I wasn't paying attention to the subtitles, but you can see there it says that Backgammon Cassie 5. I assume she's won 5 games, and then Sully's won 2, and then a sad picture of Sully there on the other sticky note. Sadly, sadly you couldn't really get up close enough to it to like get a better look at. Oh, crap! I guess I could have. Well, that sucks. I forgot you could do this. My bad. I do apologize for that. So you can kind of get a better look at them if you want to. Now you can pause the video and look at them, but I've already looked at them the hard way. I didn't walk in here, so we'll kind of look in there real quick. I want to look at this note here.
Oh, cool. Sam and Sully are coming to visit.
We're sitting in a tiny cafe in the middle of a busy Havana street, drinking what might be the best espresso I've had in my life. No job, no one chasing us. Retirement is weird. Good, but weird. Sam says, tell him to stock up the fridge with less beer before we arrive. His words, not mine. Sam is also reminding me that you lost the bet to both of us. 12 months and counting with no smoking. And I'm in Cuba. That's how good I've been. Anyway, send the girls our love. Tell Cassie to warm up the backgammon board. I want my rematch. Looking forward to seeing the gang in a couple of weeks. Your pal, Victor. And then there's a picture.
Look at these two.
There's a picture of them. Sam doesn't really look that much older. Sully may. Actually, Sully does kind of look a little bit older. Sam doesn't, though. But Sully definitely does. A lot older. Yeah, but Sam doesn't look like he's aged a whole lot. So we'll go ahead and put that back there. Let me see. I believe that's it. I don't think there's anything else to find inside the house. Kind of see all the little things on the shelves and everything like that. So we'll go ahead and walk outside now.
Hey.
Yeah, you can see still says
There
girl
she goes.
as her name, but we've already kind of figured out what her name is just by looking at everything. And the last 2 optional conversations in the game are actually here in the epilogue. We'll actually have to try to find the dog on the beach.
Perfect day. Now all we need is the rest of our boat crew.
So you can kind of get an idea of where they live. And I'll walk around the house and kind of get a look at everything.
Well, the car's here. Maybe they were abducted by interdimensional beings. Or maybe they just walked to the store.
And so this is obviously going to stop us from going up any farther into the jungle there. Doesn't really say where they live, but obviously they live on a beach in a pretty decent sized house. And so they own a boat and some kayaks and different things. I'll try to go up this path here and see what there is to see. I know where I need to go, so I'm not gonna like stumble upon any story elements. I just want to kind of look around the house. The first time I played this game, I did look around. I looked around everywhere in the house just because it's kind of such a surprise to be playing as their daughter. When they're sitting there talking about replaying the first, replaying Crash again, and kind of look at that. And then just all of a sudden, you're playing as their daughter. Here so many years in the future. After the cutscene. I believe this is how
Anyone? No? Nothing? Okay. Hey, Vicky.
There we go.
Okay, girl. Where's Mom and Dad? Alright, go find them. Go! Really? Fine. I'll find them myself.
should be another, like I should be prompted again to talk. I mean, kind of walk over here and see. Have to be careful.
The food's all here.
I doubt looking inside of it again will do me any good, but I'll go ahead and take a look in it again. Obviously, you can't walk onto the boat. There's no way to, but there's really nothing to see on it. You can kind of look at the supplies here, you know, the diving tanks and stuff, the fishing poles, different things like that that we saw on the chalkboard, and I believe that was the laundry room. Just kind of worried about not, because I believe you have to talk to the dog twice, and I only got prompted to talk to the dog once, so maybe it will follow me. I hope. I don't know why I wasn't prompted or why I wasn't supposed to talk to the dog twice, but if I don't see the dog again, because I know where I need to go into that building there. All you have to do is talk to the dog twice out here on the beach. You can't do it inside the house. You have to do it out here on the beach somewhere. Maybe I shouldn't have walked over. You know, maybe I should try to catch the dog a little bit sooner before she walked all the way out there. But just talk to her twice, and then you'll get the last two, or the last. Okay, maybe actually that might have been it. Because there's only one optional conversation here. Maybe you had to, like, talk to prompt the triangle to interact with the dog, then you could pet it, and then it just, like, sits there, and then that's, okay, that's probably what actually happens. So you only need to talk to the dog once. Like, the optional conversation bubble only appear once. And you'll get the trophy Gift of Gab, and so that would be the last conversation. There was 36 conversations in total, so, you know, there's quite a bit of collectibles in this game. So we'll kind of just walk around the house first. Like I said, you actually need to walk inside the house, but I don't want to do that just yet. I just want to keep kind of looking. You really can't, like, climb around on anything. Like, I can't climb up. Actually, let me see. I don't think I can climb up there. Yeah, I didn't think so. You can't, like, climb. You can't explore in the jungle at all. The only places you can explore are outside. Outside the different houses and on the beach and the boats and everything like that, and that's about it. You can explore inside the house. You can explore inside this little house here.
And not here either. Okay, I guess I'll just wait then.
So we'll kind of take a look at everything.
Whoa. Good job cleaning this up.
And so that's just, I guess it's supposed to be the gold thing inside the green rock, I guess. Possibly. I guess, you know, that's kind of what it looks like. And so that's that. Kind of look at a couple other things. Yeah, you can see that. I can zoom in. Sadly, I can't switch shoulders with the camera, but you can see that, you know, that's what he's working on now. Okay, yeah, so it is supposed to be inside the green rock. You can see an X-ray of it right there. And then he broke the rock around it and found it. That's not a really good.
You figured it out.
Sadly, the lighting is not very good here. Kind of trying to get an idea of what this is. I assume it's supposed to be some puzzle, but I really can't figure it out quite what it is. Maybe it's where this was located, possibly. Like I said, the lighting's not really good for me anyway. Thankfully, it looks decent on the capture window, but for me, the lighting's not very good, and I can't figure out what that is at all, honestly. So we'll just put that back, and we'll keep going. Take a look at the board here. So I assume that's where that was. see the different words on there. The ones that you can read usually are, you know, the red inked ones are the ones you can clearly read. The black inked ones not so much. You know, see the overflow, bad drainage, dog riding, year, shield. And the different things on the back side there. I don't know why it zoomed in like that for. Maybe because I was kind of clipping into the table.
Got the search area narrowed down quite a bit.
I don't recognize any of these city names, so I'm not sure where this is. There's something right there. Peste, Chech something, possibly Chechnya or Chech. I think that's a Z-O, so maybe that's just like a city. Maybe that's Yucatan. Okay, my bad. I didn't see that there. So I guess that's on the Yucatan somewhere, Yucatan Peninsula possibly. So in South America, and that's probably where all this came from, was Yucatan. So there's nothing else to see there. Nothing on the map. I'll walk over here, kind of look in here, kind of get an idea of what's in here. Again, thankfully the lighting is good for the camera, but it's, or, you know, for the capture, but it's not that good for me. I actually didn't look around at all this. I didn't really poke around too much for whatever reason. I guess I just was. I thought there really wasn't anything else to look at, but I didn't look at any of this. That treasure there in the green rock, the map. I didn't look at any of this the first time, so I'm kind of experiencing all this for the first time as well.
So goofy.
So you see adventure life, treasure hunting, runs in the family. I believe that's the same magazine that the old woman was in as well. I forget her name now, sadly.
He left his keys. He left his keys.
I figure that's, you know, that's the biggest thing here. Actually, I think I just walked straight from in there to in here the first time, but this is the big thing that you want to find.
Just no way. Whoa. I knew it.
Okay, so if you didn't want to look at any of this, I believe what you'd have to do is open one of these bottom drawers and immediately pull out the thing that you're looking for. So, you know, obviously if you didn't want to see all this again, that's what you would do. And you can see a picture up there. I can't read it, but I believe, you know, obviously that's from the first game. Might have been something that I didn't see in Nate's attic. Or attic.
Oh, nice gun holster, Dad.
So that's the gun holster that he uses. Try to be careful, because I don't want to. Obviously, it's in the drawer. But I'm afraid that the game will automatically, if I look at something.
Kind of creepy. Kind of cool.
If I look at something like the St. Dismas cross. So this is, again, you know, this is from the first game. Because you can tell by the music. Crap. Okay, so that's actually what I'm looking for. The crap, that sucks. Okay, that's fine. I didn't trigger anything, so I'm good.
What is this? A Spanish doubloon. But from where?
Obviously from the first game. You know, again, you can tell just by the music.
Pirate coin. Kinda looks like Avery's sigil. Wait, is it Avery's sigil?
Of course, we know that's obviously is Avery's sigil. Probably one of the only coins that they didn't spend.
Is that a bullet hole?
Yeah, so that's the Drake's Fortune, Uncharted Drake's Fortune notebook, obviously from Uncharted 1. But, you know, we've already looked at all this in Chapter 4, but just kind of give a refresher to anybody who doesn't remember. So actually what you'd want to do, because the white notebook there is what we're looking for, you'd want to move the skull. I thought you actually had to, you can kind of see something white in here. I guess it's that paper.
Some kind of resin or something? Weird.
Yeah, so we know what it is. It doesn't quite glow, you know, doesn't glow as bright as, actually, may not even glow at all anymore. I think maybe it does. But the lighting's a lot better than in Nate's attic from the first, you know, from Chapter 4, so that's why it doesn't glow as bright, probably.
16th century. Where's this from?
Yeah, so we know where this is from, obviously, from the third game. Haven't seen anything that looked like it come from the second game, surprisingly, in here. Yeah, I haven't seen anything at all. Any treasures or anything like that. But you can see they pretty much took the entire attic and put it all in here. The gun holsters, you know, and different. There might be some other things because I don't really see the belt buckles. You can see the strange relic there, the egg. Sadly, you don't see the Wumpa fruit or the firefly pendant anywhere, or at least I don't see it. It might be in here. I just don't see it. But well, whatever. So yeah, that's, you know, everything's kind of compressed right in there. So we'll go ahead and pull out the notebook.
Hello. Wow. Oh my God.
And so you can reread all of this. Evelyn, I believe is what the old woman's name was. You can see here in Nate's mom's notebook. I think I read all this, actually. I'll run through it again really quickly anyway. Evelyn bought a first edition of a general history of the... I have to read this. A general history of the pirates from a collector, along with a stack of 18th century documents. Among them I found a very intriguing letter from one Joseph Burns, who not only admits to being a crewman on Henry Avery's ship, but possibly hints at Avery's vast treasure. What else could riches of paradise refer to? If he sent this letter from prison, he clearly didn't have the treasure with him, so where is it? I need to trace it back to the source, Henry Avery's attack on the Gunsway. Picture caption, Joseph Burns, map location, last known sighting. Note above letter. What are these markings? So you can kind of look at Joseph Burns, last known sighting in Madagascar. Crap. I didn't want to... Wanted to go back if I can.
Avery. The Gunsway heist? Wait, did you go looking for Avery's treasure?
Try to go back if I can. Zoom in on this one. Oh, okay, so that's the note from, so that's Joseph Burns' note. Okay, yeah. So that's, we don't need to look at that since we've already seen it. We can't even pick it up anyway. It's taped to the thing. But we'll go ahead and read here. Evelyn's copy of General History has passages I've not seen in later editions. If I'm able to trace his route, perhaps I can discern where Avery's treasure might be. Henry Avery lived 1659 to 1699, alias Benjamin Bridgman, long been Pirate King, the Arch Pirate, sigil. Raided Muggle treasure, untold millions in treasure, raided Muggle ship, Gunsway, and vanished with untold millions in treasure. May have teamed up with other pirates in the Madagascar region to attack the ships. Must look into Thomas II, killed in the battle, Richard Want, William Mays, perhaps others. So you can see their sigils there, Mays, II, and Want. General history is known to be full of embellishment and outright fabrication, but there's more truth in those pages than people suspect. And then here on the second page, where did he go? Scotland, 1699, last known sighting of Avery. Nassau, on the by America there on the map. Nassau, I'll have to try to figure out. Okay, you can see map, no idea. Ship Burns was on, got blown off course in a storm, and they were captured by the Spaniards in Panama. Bad luck. Actually, let me. Okay, so before I read the map, I'll go down to the bottom. Bad luck. Avery was very good at hiding his tracks. I feel like I'm going down the wrong road here. It's clear the best and only hope of finding Avery's treasure is with our friend Burns. Time to read up on Panama. And then the map down here at the bottom, it'll say clockwise. Map notations clockwise from upper right. Strait of Babel, Mandeb, Gunsway Heist, Reunion Island, split treasure here. Met with Adam Baldridge. Ascension Island, stopped to get more food. Nassau, laid low under protection of Governor Nicholas Trott. Okay, so Strait of Babel, Mandeb, Gunsway Heist, there in the Middle East. Reunion Island, split treasure here. I believe on that little island circled. Met with Adam Baldridge on the other island there, off of Africa, probably Madagascar. Ascension Island, stopped to get food on the little island there to the west of Africa. Then Nassau laid low with the governor. And if you pick up the picture, and that's what's kind of what ends this, but I don't want to pick that up just yet. Did more digging. Burns's letter mentions the highest tower, and there's only one semi-intact Spanish tower in Panama with a tower. Probably our best place to start. Problem number one: Panamanian government build a new prison next to the old one. The worst of the worst criminals are kept there. Problem two: Panama is ruled by a dictator whom I doubt will be sympathetic to our goals. Had a long discussion with Evelyn regarding the difficulties the prison's location presents to us. She said she'll come up with a plan, but I do not feel she is fully considering the risks involved, let alone her health, let alone my health. Should we approach by sea? Pros, most direct way. In, no, few bribes required. Lend some excitement to our lives. Might lead us to pirate treasure. Cons, might not lead us to pirate treasure. Very, very illegal. Very good chance of dying. Humid weather. Top map sketch, new prison, old prison. Bottom map sketch, Panama. So I believe that's on the right side there, and then the picture, the sketch. Sadly, that's as far as we can go in the book. Here is where we stop. And then you just flip this over.
No way. Is that Dad?
And this is what I was talking about. If you kept the hat on your head, it should appear here. I have stopped the recording a couple times since then, and I had to I've actually had to reload. Or no, I had to do chapter select, so I believe that takes the hat off if you do that. But if you play it from just hitting continue instead of going to chapter select, because that takes away your rifle and I believe even your pistol and maybe your grenades when you do chapter select instead of just hitting continue, that it should keep the hat on. Whatever hat I had on in chapter 16 should be there, but it's not, again, because I had to use chapter select, which would take that off. Oh, okay, I guess I can.
Sig Parvis Magna. Greatness from small beginnings.
So this picture is what we don't want to pick up, so I'm going to continue reading. Thankfully I can. Sir Francis Drake. Setting aside the Burns Avery inquiry for now, too much work left to do with Sir Francis. Only a few weeks before I present my findings, they'll probably laugh in my face again. So be it. Handwriting samples. Letter spacing is similar, though not conclusive. Letter to Walshingham shows distinct lowercase f with no crossbar. This is also apparent in the F James sample. Distinct H. Actually, let me just kind of get in close to read it. that is common and distinct H that drops far below the average base in descent. Line is common in both samples. Slant of lettering is the same. Overall spacing, weight, slant characters are the same in both letters. Analysis of... I have to pull it up because I can't make out the handwriting. Analysis of ink shows similar aging, fade, and consistency. Based on analysis, I feel it's safe to conclude that F. James was an alias of Drake since the F. James letter sample is dated 2/15/1597. I believe this proves my theory about his fake death. I believe those numbers are of some significance in that Margaret was aware of this. I need to discuss this further with Evelyn. Ring sketch. And sadly, this is as far as we can go. We pick up this picture which says, found this on my old camera, thought you'd like to have it. E, which we've already seen the picture back in chapter 4. Pick it up now.
What's this?
What the hell?
Oh shit.
Hey, there you are.
Hey.
Been looking for you. What are you doing in here?
Looking for you guys.
Come on, we loaded up the boat. It's ready.
Cool. I'll catch up with you guys in a sec.
Why?
I just need to,
What's up, Cassie?
Okay. Don't be mad. Hey, I said don't be mad.
Keys. So, what did you see?
Nothing really. Well, just that photo of you two and Sully. With a bunch of Spanish-looking treasure. And a shotgun.
This was bound to happen sometime. Maybe we should just tell her.
She's not ready for it.
Ready for what? All that crazy shit in there?
Language.
Yeah, language.
Sorry. But you guys are literally keeping skeletons in your closet. Or at least a silver skull of some kind.
You know, I don't think I'm ready for this. Really.
Nate, it's time to have the talk.
Yeah, it's totally time. Wait, which talk are we talking about here?
She's just a kid.
She's older than you and Sam when you started all of that.
That is different, and you know it.
Okay, look, if you guys were into some shady stuff, it's totally cool. But I think I'm old enough to know about it, right?
Old enough. How old are you again?
Haha, funny. Mom?
All right.
Well, let's see. For me, it started when this guy called me up with a scoop on a massive historical find. It sounded like a complete fraud.
Yeah, handsome fraud.
No, I hadn't even met him yet.
She knew. She knew.
So this fraud says, if you fund the trip, then I'll give you the coffin of Sir Francis Drake.
And for the record, I totally delivered.
Yeah, you delivered us into the hands of Indonesian pirates.
No, come on. You know I had nothing to do with that.
Guys, time out. You're saying that you were attacked by pirates after you found the coffin of Sir Francis Drake. Is that right?
Yeah, that's
pretty much
right.
it. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Language.
Crap.
Better.
Alright, so keep going.
You know what? The sun is up. Boat's ready. Wind is just right. You want to continue the story? I say we do it on the water. Come on.
Well, wait, what'd Francis Drake look like? Was it gross?
Actually, he wasn't in there. Yeah, just his journal with a map to El Dorado.
The city of gold?
That's the legend. Turns out it was just a statue. A cursed statue.
No way, seriously?
Yeah, seriously. But I'll get back to that. See, the map led us
Well, there you go. That's the game. I definitely love it. It's my favorite in the whole series. Definitely the story. Everything is so much. Obviously, it's gonna be improved. You know, it's on the PS4, but just every game from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 3, they made little progressions in the story, the way the characters interacted, the gunplay, the hand-to-hand combat, especially in Uncharted 3, where they added so much more hand-to-hand combat. This one as well, I don't use it as much because it's not as forced on you as they did in Uncharted 3. Uncharted 3, they kind of forced it on you, not too much, but they did force you into situations like the big brute guys, where you'd have to hit button prompts to dodge and attack them. This game doesn't have anything like that. Some people could say, the climbing aspects, they throw too many climbing aspects on you. The introduction of the grappling hook, they keep giving you grappling hook sections, the sliding sections, that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say that at all. Everything just feels just right. There's not too much of anything. In the other games, you could sit there and definitely say, oh well, there was a lot of jumping or climbing sections in some of the other games. Uncharted 1 had a lot of them. Uncharted 2 did as well. Uncharted 3 not so much. That was more on the ground kind of stuff. You kind of say the airplane or the cargo plane, flying out of the cargo plane, that had some climbing sections in it. But there wasn't a whole bunch of that. I would say there was more of that, more slower sections of the actiony sections from the other games. There are a lot of like combat encounters in this game, and you can come back and you can go through and look at each individual one or play them again if you wanted to. But there's not a whole lot of them there. But the ones that they do have, there's a lot of enemies, especially later on in the chapter or the later chapters. There's a lot of enemies. I can think of the one where where everyone finds Sam on the pirate ships. I guess when they find the destroyed ships before they found all of Avery's tunnels with the mummies. There were all those enemies and the different types of enemies, and just in that kind of area, those big battles, which all the Uncharted games had. It's just they seem to be better in this game. Like I said, everything's better. The guns, I would definitely say the guns are a big improvement over the other Uncharteds. You could probably take out one or two guns and say, oh well, I wish they had this gun from this game or whatever, but I don't remember the guns, so that works for me. I kind of just remember the AK-47, which has basically been in every game. The sniper rifles, the Dragon Sniper, I like the sniper rifle in this one. It was very, very comparable, but the way the storytelling in the entire game, which is basically what this game is about. It's more for the characters and the story, other than just going there and kill 1,000 people and then you kill the main bad guy, and that's basically it. Which is what the other games are kind of. This one was more about the character and Nate being drugged back into being a fortune hunter, and then you can kind of see him transition out of that slowly. Him interacting with Sam, saying, well, why can't Sam just be content with being alive and all that, which that's kind of basically the plot of Uncharted 3. Everyone was questioning Nate why he needed to prove himself to Marlowe, why he needed to beat Marlowe to whatever the treasure was. I can't remember what it was they were looking for in Uncharted 3. Sadly, I just, it was the Rubal Khali Desert, sadly. The Iram with the pillars is all I remember. I don't remember the big treasure from that one. But, just, different things like that. You can kind of, definitely you can tell, why, Nate's, questioning, why he kind of stops himself. He mentions to Sam, well, they have seen this kind of obsession before. You can definitely tell Nate still has that, after chapter 10 or 11, was it? Yeah, after chapter 11 when Elena finds what Nate's been doing, you can kind of see that, that obsession that he has, that he really wants to find this treasure. And still, this not changed at all from, he has changed, but he hasn't changed at the same time. I'm not really good at kind of explaining that kind of stuff, in the story, but anyway, like I said, I love the game, love the storytelling. I wish they would have let you listen a little bit longer to the to Nate and Elena talk to their daughter about their adventures, because I like that. I liked what they kind of done with the first game, that little bit that they added. I wish they would have added a little bit more, but I could say I wish the game would last forever. They just keep making them. Sadly, as of this recording, this is the last game in the series. There will be a story DLC that'll come out at some point. I assume before the end of the year, the end of 2016. It's July now. At the time of this recording is July 9th, so, obviously the game's only been out a little while. It's May 10th, so it's probably been out 2 months at this point. So, obviously there's a ways to go before the story DLC comes out. Single-player DLC, that will be the first bit of story DLC. Or actually the first time there's been story DLC in the Uncharted series. There was story DLC for The Last of Us, so they went ahead and made one for Uncharted. Obviously, they could pick out anything that follow Sam and Sully on their, what they're gonna do in Brazil, possibly Portugal or Brazil. They both speak Portuguese, so there's either of those two countries. You could find out what the Malaysia job was. You could find, you could go to sometime in between. You find that thing in that green rock. There's a whole bunch of different stuff they could look at and say, okay, well, this is what this is what we're gonna give you as the story DLC. But kind of going back to the game, the collectibles, going from the Uncharted series to The Last of Us. That Last of Us actually has a lot of collectibles in them, and different collectibles, not just something small like the treasures. And I have played The Last of Us to completion. I've collected all the collectibles, so I wasn't quite as surprised that they added so many different collectibles to the series. The optional conversations, the adding more treasures. Obviously they're going to add more treasures to the PS4. The notes, kind of similar to the comic books from The Last of Us. The optional conversations is something that they brought over from The Last of Us. The journal entries, there's something similar. I believe there's something similar in The Last of Us. I might be wrong. It might just be the 3 optional conversation, the firefly pendants, which would probably be the treasure equivalents, and then the notes would be the comic books. So, I wasn't that surprised. Some of them are kind of hard to find, which, that's not necessarily a bad mark against the game. I wish they were a little bit easier, but just because there's so many in the game, there's 109 just treasures by themselves. That's not counting the 36 optional conversations, the 23 notes, the I believe it's 20 journal entries. You add all that up, and I think there was 189 collectibles in the game itself. Not counting that's everything, the collectibles, the notes, everything. So there's a lot, there. I wish some of them were easy, especially like in chapter 10 when you're driving around in Madagascar in the Jeep. I wish some of those were a little bit easier. The optional, or the trophies in the game are, you know, kind of the standard trophies. You know, get so many kills, you playing a certain way, you know, stealth kills. They didn't have the rifle, like, get so many kills with, like, a certain rifle in this game, like in the other games, like, get so many kills with, like, an RPG, AK-47, like a Cal 7 from Uncharted 3, like a Dragon Sniper. Just, you know, they didn't have anything like that in this game, other than the grenade launcher. You know, I get so many kills with the grenade launcher. I believe it's 10 kills and 6 kills and 10 kills in 60 seconds, I believe, is what that is. But and then you have like, oh man, how many was it? It was like kill 3 or 4 people with one explosion. There was different kinds of trophies. Like I said, more gameplay style, like, you know, get so many kills, going from, you know, rifle fire to hand-to-hand combat. You know, not killing, but getting the 4 brutes with hand-to-hand combat. Get so many kills while on a rope, you know, with the grappling hook on the rope. There was one that you had to get a kill with a rifle, a pistol, your fists, and a grenade in like 15 seconds. That one's not that hard, actually. I think I done it in chapter 15 or 16, but you can do it. It's actually easier to do back in chapter 8, back in Scotland, so, you know, you could do it there very easily. Just, you know, different types of things like that. The hidden trophies I didn't look up before, you know, playing the game for the first time, so I missed quite a lot of them. You know, taking the picture of Sully in chapter 10 with the phone. I missed that one, when you're taking pictures of the different sigils and sending them to Sam for it, you know, so you can figure out who they are, so you can figure out that puzzle. Climbing up on top of the building in chapter 11, doing that one, you know, just the different hidden trophies. I wish they didn't add so many, because, you know, obviously you don't know how to do them, and you can stumble upon them, or you have to look them up to figure out what they are. Like pausing in the beginning of chapter 11 so you can emulate what happened in the at the E3 press conference, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't like when games do that, because obviously you don't know, and you have to go look them up. And with a story, it's, you know, a heavy story-like thing with Uncharted, I didn't want to look up anything. I didn't want any spoilers at all. I wanted to go into the game not knowing anything, because there was a lot of speculation that someone was going to die, you know, a thief's end. No one thought that it was going to be a positive outcome like it is now, or, you know, or like it ended up being. So everyone thought someone was going to die. Either there was going to be Nate dying. I'm sorry, my PlayStation's, the fan's getting a little bit loud. I'm trying to figure out how to stop that. I think this might calm the fan down. But, you know, so there was a lot of speculation what was going to happen with that, so I didn't want any spoilers. I wanted to play the game. I wanted to experience the story all on its own, you know, so I didn't look any of those up, and I still have a lot to do. The trophy with Rafe, I didn't care for. I just still didn't do it. I believe it's at the end of the battle when you have to hit the button prompts, like the quick time events. I believe that's when it is. So you have to wait until you get to that point, and you cannot get hit at all. So obviously it's easy to do, you know, once you know. Sadly, that didn't help the fan. I was hoping it would. It did before. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here quickly anyway. But I'm going, you know, overall, I love the game. Hopefully it'll calm back down. Didn't get loud until I got to the main menu. And it's gotten really loud in the main menu. But anyway, I'm sorry. Overall, I love the game. Like I said, it's my favorite in the entire franchise. My favorite before that was Uncharted 3. Now definitely it's Uncharted 4. And I'm sad to see it end, but, you know, it's probably better that way, that it go ahead and ends, and, you know, it doesn't keep you know, they don't keep, you know, they don't kill the franchise off. You know, obviously I don't think anyone would ever get tired of an Uncharted game, you know, just because of how spaced out they have been from Uncharted 3 to 4. But you know, it allows Naughty Dog to continue on and make new games and new franchises for people to really like. But I don't think they'll ever be able to, you know, get the humor and the gameplay style just right with anything else like they did with Uncharted. But like I said, overall, love the game, love the story, love the gameplay. Don't care for the treasures and those that much, but you know, like I said, The Last of Us had a lot compared to Uncharted 3, so yeah, that's okay. I would definitely say overall, really quickly, that a lot of the treasures were easier to find. Like in Uncharted 2, there was a lot that were really hard to find, especially once you were getting closer to Shambhala in the later chapters. Those were harder to find, and I can remember when I done my Let's Play of Uncharted 2 that they were a lot harder to find, and there was a lot, you know, that you had to like climb around and do different things to find. This one has those sections like Chapter 9, Chapter 21, when you had to find the Wumpa Fruit Strange Relic. You know, you had to get it just right. You had to wait till you find Avery's ship, and then you had to like get the rope just right to be able to latch onto that little bit of that little cave there. At the beginning of Chapter 10, when you had to use the Jeep to climb up over the rock to be able to get into the back, you know, to find that treasure, you had to blow up in Chapter 8, you had to blow up the barrel, or you had to remove the barrels, or you shoot them or blow them up to get that treasure back in there. You know, the treasure with the pistol, the flintlock, when you first find it in Chapter 8. You know, just different stuff like that. You know, different hard ones like that. But overall, they were definitely a lot easier for the most part than the other games. But anyway, so that's enough. This video's already long enough. I've already said basically all that I wanted to say. I thank you for watching. I'm going to show off the multiplayer next. And then I don't know, I might do a couple multiplayer matches just to kind of show off the multiplayer, the different maps they added. You can see the game's been updated, or the multiplayer's been updated quite a bit since they released the game. If you could see, it was update 1.10.23 is where it is now. So I can, so there'll be a lot to talk about there, and kind of just what they changed from the old, the way the multiplayer was when it first came out compared to now. But anyway, that's all for the multiplayer video. I thank you for watching. Until the multiplayer video, later everyone.